featured 6 authors whose books are geared towards the teen demographic.
I think it's really important to encourage teenagers to read. They're a really wonderful element of the reading public that is a little underserved right now, not a lot of events for them. So it's wonderful to get out here and to see them be so enthusiastic about books.
The book signing also engaged the audience with a Q&A session and discussion panel, all in an effort to
promote reading, to promote these authors' books, and just to build some excitement about books for teenagers in Los Angeles.
Covering a variety of genres from fantasy to sci-fi to love stories, these books, categorized as YA for young adults, offer something for every teenager.
I write young adult novels, and it's nice just to see the stories of all the published authors here and just hear about their writing process.
Another young reader is hooked on author Anna Carey's Rise, the final book in the Eve trilogy about a young heroine who embarks on a journey to find herself in a post-apocalyptic world. The teenager made sure she didn't miss meeting the author who brought the story to life.
We are avid readers and we loved these books and we really wanted to meet these authors, so we came today to get our books signed.
A generation of young readers that these authors hope will turn into adult readers. I'm Yana Kay for LA This Week.
For more information on upcoming events at the Los Angeles Public Library, visit lapl.org. And in this week's list of things to do, the Los Angeles Ballet, the Los Angeles Seafood Festival, and whale watching. The Los Angeles Ballet presents Quartet, a mixed program of both renowned and new works selected by artistic directors Thordal Christensen and Colleen Neary. It takes place on Saturday, March 22nd from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. at UCLA's Royce Hall. Quartet features 4 dances by Jerry Killian, Christopher Stoll, Sonia Taye, and George Balanchine. UCLA's Royce Hall is located at 340 Royce Drive. For ticket prices and other details, go to losangelesballet.org. Olvera Street will be hosting the Los Angeles Seafood Festival on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. An estimated 15,000 people are expected to attend the festival and taste a full menu of seafood cuisine provided by all types of food vendors and local restaurants. Clam dishes, ceviche, fish and chips, seafood boil, and paella are just a few of what can be expected at the festival. Attendees can also enjoy arts and crafts vendors and live entertainment. Olvera Street is located right across the street from Union Station at Main Street and Cesar Chavez Avenue. Go to lafoodfestivals.com for details. On Sunday, March 23rd, join Cabrillo Marine Aquarium Programs Director Larry Fukuhara for an informative and fun slide presentation about the fascinating life of the Pacific gray whale in the John M. Olguin Auditorium. Following the presentation, head out to sea on a local whale watching vessel in search of gray whales, other marine mammals, and sea life. The complete whale watch event takes place from 8:30 a.m. to noon. The Cabrillo Marine Aquarium is located at 3720 Stephen M. White Drive in San Pedro. To find out the cost or to make reservations, call 310-548-7562. And that's a look at some upcoming things to do. Runners endured unusually high temperatures to cross the finish line at this year's LA Marathon. Gil Reyes reports.
It was a near-record crowd made up of all types. Some wore kilts, others wore tutus, and some even wore blindfolds.
I'm going to run the first 13.1 miles blindfolded, then we're going to switch off. Michael's going to put on the blindfold, and I'm going to guide him the second half of the marathon.
Kevin Nagayama and Michael Bunch represent the group Blind Start of America, an organization dedicated to helping the visually impaired and others overcome their challenges. And what better way to raise awareness than at this challenge, the 26.2-mile LA Marathon.
So far, it's been good for me. How about you, Ben?
Very interesting experience.
A total of 21,829 runners from all 50 states and 55 nations laced up their sneakers to prove their mettle, mainly to themselves. For the 5th straight year, the race stretched from Dodger Stadium to Santa Monica. And at 81 degrees, it was the hottest race day ever recorded for the Stadium to the Sea course.
Rock that hill! Rock that hill! Woo! You know, the effort and the energy that they put into it is phenomenal.
Police and firefighters stood by to aid almost 100 runners, 16 of them sent to area hospitals for problems such as dehydration and chest pains, about twice the usual number according to the LA City Fire Department. For those who finished, it's a personal victory, feeling the heat but going the distance on one of the most challenging race days in years. At the LA Marathon, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
The heat was also blamed for slightly lower times this year. That's going to do it for this edition. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ellen Chang. A reminder that you could catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.
Emergency operator 271.
The city of Los Angeles receives over 2 million 911 calls every year. Hello, I'm Mayor Eric Garcetti.
I'm Chief Charlie Beck. A significant number of 911 calls are not emergencies.
911 should be used for emergency calls, such as preservation of life, a crime in progress, prevention of a crime, or a public hazard.
If your call is not an emergency, such as a loud party, verbal dispute, public nuisance, or lost or missing property, you can dial 1-877-ASK-LAPD to have the police respond.
Remember, call 1-877-ASK-LAPD for non-emergency calls.
Los Angeles Police Department, what are you reporting?
In life, some things are pretty much a sure bet. Some things are predictable. And some things you just don't know. Unless you have ESP, an emergency survival program that prepares you for emergencies or just the plain old unexpected. You can't predict, but you can prepare.
Don't worry, Patty. This isn't going to hurt me one bit. Hi, I'm Dr. Eric Shapiro in beautiful Encino, and you're watching LA City View, Channel 35. Our city, our channel. Open wide.
Okay, good morning. Today's date is Wednesday, March 19th. Shh. Welcome to your Los Angeles City Council chambers. Mr. Clerk, I believe we are at quorum. Could you please call the roll?
Blumenfield, Bonner, Buscaino, Cedillo, Engler, Fuentes, Squeezer, Carrez, Krikorian, Labange, Martinez, O'Farrell, Parks, Price, Weston, 10 members present, and a quorum, Mr. President.
First order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
O'Farrell moves, Correct seconds. Next.
Mr. President, commendatory resolutions for approval.
Weezar moves, Cedillo seconds. That brings us where?
There are requests from members and the Department of Building and Safety to receive and file item 1J inasmuch as the lien has been paid, and to continue item 23 to April 9 and item 28 to April 7.
Okay, without objection, that'll be the order.
Very good, sir. Items 1 through 21 are items noticed for public hearing.
Do we have cards?
Yes, sir. We have cards on items 1, 2, 7, and 8. Again, 1, 2, 7, and 8.
Okay, members, any specials 1 through 21? Let's hold the items that we have cards for and prepare to vote on the remaining items. Let us open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, let's move on to the next section. I think, Mr. Clerk, 22 through 38.
That is correct, sir. Items 22 through 38 are items for which public hearings have been held. Mr. President, item 22 should be held on the desk until such time as the Education and Neighborhoods Committee report has been circulated.
Okay, we will do that. Mr. Parks.
I'd like to call 22 special, and I think that report just has been circulated.
Okay.
And we'd like to also see if we could get that out of order so we won't hold up the
No
commission.
problem. I'll do that for you. Okay, so we'll hold 22, and let's prepare to vote on the remaining items. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, now, Mr. Clerk, that moves us to what, 39 through 44? Or 39 through 43?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, items 39 through 43 are items for which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Okay, so without objection, those items are now before us. Do we have cards?
Yes, sir, we do. We have cards on 39, 42, and 43.
Okay, members, any other? Seeing none, why don't we prepare to vote for the remaining items. Let us open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Okay, that brings us where?
Mr. President, that brings us to items 44 through 47. They're items scheduled for closed session. Would you like to hold them on the desk?
I will defer to Mr. Krikorian for a little direction.
Thank you, Mr. President. Items 44 and 45 are settlements of car accident cases. Budget and Finance has heard both matters, recommends concurrence in the City Attorney's recommendations of settlement, and unless there's any questions, we can resolve those in open session. Items 46 and 47 should be heard in closed session.
Okay, so why don't we hold 46 and 47 and prepare to vote on the remaining items?
Mr. President, if I may read those recommendations into the record. For item 44, in the case entitled David Ceja versus City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend $185,000 in settlement. And for item 45, in the case entitled Andronic Demirchian versus City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend $125,000 in settlement.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mr. Clerk, do they refer that to the traffic department? Because I know that intersection, so they study it so there's not an accident again. If it was an engineering issue, do you refer it to the LADOT? Mr. City Attorney?
Perhaps the council could request
Yeah,
that
I
of
think
the
anytime,
department.
just so they can look at it. They're the pros. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's prepare to vote on those items. Let Madam Clerk please open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Okay, where are we at now, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, that takes council back to presentations.
Okay, let me... In fact, you know what, Mr. Parks? Why don't we quickly see if we can't take care of 22?
And, Mr. President, for the record, that committee report has been circulated for council's consideration.
Yes, Mr. Littman to come up to the center table.
Okay, do we hear it? He's coming.
Colleagues, Mr. Littman came before committee yesterday and gave us a presentation regarding his interest in the neighborhood councils. He's a former member of the neighborhood council. Maybe you can just give us a brief overview of your background and your interest in this commission assignment.
Sure. Thank you very much, Councilman Parks and Council members O'Farrell and Martinez at the meeting yesterday. Great to see you. My name is Eli Littman. I am currently president of the Palms Neighborhood Council and formerly the secretary of the Palms Neighborhood Council. Been on the council for over 4 years. President West and I have worked very closely with your office. We did a wonderful mural project in the community. We also just opened a park with Council Member Koretz in the community, thanks to his help. So we've really been working to do a lot in the community. I work for American Jewish Committee, AJC, here in Los Angeles, but also around the country, doing outreach, communications, marketing work. And I've been involved with civic life in Los Angeles for over 8 years. Spent many years in the Valley working for Congressman Brad Sherman, as well as the Valley Representatives Organization, who many of the staff members here who work in the Valley may know. So I'm just really excited to be appointed to the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners and really looking forward to the opportunity to help this system out as a whole.
One thing you commented in committee, could you just give us an overview of how your current real job can help you in the sense of looking at ways for outreach and stimulation of people being involved?
Sure. I've worked with many different organizations and groups throughout the city to be a bridge builder and bring this community together. So focusing on outreach as well as performance metrics. And I know that that has been a very big issue both for this mayor who made the appointment, but also for the neighborhood councils, into understanding really how we can empower people to impact their community in a significant way.
Thank you. Colleagues, if there's no question, I'd ask for an aye vote and pass this appointment so Mr. Lippman can get on that commission and begin to provide that service.
Mr. Koretz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to say Eli is not only as a constituent and an active leader in the Palms area, as a longtime friend. We've worked together from Brad Sherman's office, where you were a field rep, a lot of good work with the American Jewish Committee, and a lot of good work with the Palms Neighborhood Council. So I know you, I know all the good work that you've done, and I look forward to working with you in this capacity as well. And I also encourage an aye vote by my colleagues.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and thank you very much. And for those of you, the audience, we already satisfied the public hearing in committee, so we will not be taking public hearing on that today. Let's prepare to vote on that item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
Mr. Labange, we have a special visitor, it's my understanding. Congratulations.
Mr. President, while the councilman is making his way to the podium, there's been a request from a member to send item 32 forthwith.
Okay, without objection.
Very good.
So
Mr. President,
written, so let it be
I
done.
want you to take attention to this. We're very special to honor Chloe Kim here, who's one of the greatest snowboarders in our whole wide world. Give her a big hand right now. And I'm going to ask if we could run ITA, run the tape. I want you to see this skill. Look at this up here now for all of us viewing on Channel 35. Here's
to be able to now take down Farrington and Clark. You know, she has some decent amplitude. I think she needs to throw in something a little more technical, like maybe a 9, and that can get her back up there.
Right on. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. So we will see if Chloe Kim heeds the head judge's advice. Regardless, she has already already put on a show, but this is her third and final attempt. She sits in third place. Does she have what it takes to move up the leaderboard?
Well, here it is. Can she throw the 900? She tried a second hit. Oh, butters it in. Into the McTwist. Missing the grab, though. 720. Oh, making up for it with a double grab at the bottom.
And this crowd is going crazy, Kier. 5 hits, the highest 13 feet 9 inches.
Wow. I'm speechless, Mr. President, watching that and standing next to someone who's very special. And Mitch O'Farrell, I want you to join me if you would right now, because Mitch loves the Olympics and knows all the history, both winter and summer. I'm more of a summer guy, but Mitch was so excited when he got to meet Chloe. We wanted to honor you today. Born here in Los Angeles County in Long Beach, just in the year 2000, Chloe has risen so high as an athlete. And in her life, she also has learned to speak French as well as Korean and English, being competitive in the European circuit as well. All of that talent, and still with a beautiful family here, witness all these awards that you have received in a variety of competitions. She is the future for the United States Olympic team in the next Winter Games, which are coming up in Japan, if I'm right, correct?
That's right.
That's right. Good job. Say it again. Korea. I know. I was close. I know. I told you Mitch knew everything. Okay. But Chloe, this is so special that we salute you here for all these competitions from Mammoth. At the age of 10, you placed third in the half pipe, continually climbing up the ladder of success. You became the youngest woman at the age of 12 to spin at 900 degrees, and that earned her the world record at 12 years old. And previously, as Mr. O'Farrell said, there was no 12 was an age limit where she could have been in the Sochi Games, but they had an age limit now, which is 15 by the calendar year. But all this work that she has done and still been a great student and a great sister and a great daughter to this very special Kim family who make their home in Torrance, California. She was selected to the United States snowboarding team as the youngest member at the age of 13, but as I said, she was too young for the Olympic Games in Sochi here. In January 2014, this year in Mammoth, she placed second in both the third and fourth Grand Prix Opens, and she is the youngest rider in the podium in the event's history. When you're an athlete, you have to have no fear. You have to have no fear whether you're on a mountain or whether you're on a field. Chloe Kim has no fear. She has the great skill and the heart to really do it so special. So Chloe, on behalf of the City Council of Los Angeles, on behalf of the Mayor of the City of Los Angeles, I hereby proclaim this Chloe Kim Day in the City of Angels.
All right, let's give her a round of applause.
They're going to make a little speech. Mitch, you want to say something real quick?
Yeah, it's an honor to be here, and thank you very much for having me.
Chloe Kim for mayor, shortest speech.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Chloe, you got a beautiful family right here. I want to introduce all your family members who are here with us today. Will you help me,
Mr.
please?
LaBonge, there's definitely a place for her on this council.
You betcha.
Given the way that she speaks and quickly, I love you, Chloe. We want you right here.
And this is your sister, Tracy. Give Tracy a big hand.
Tracy Wade.
Next sister. Erica. Give Erica a big hand.
Hey, Erica.
And this is her mom and dad.
Hello, Mom and Dad. Welcome to Los Angeles City Council.
Boron and John, give them a big hand. Come samida, Chingu. I'm so proud of you, and we thank them, and we do this as an inspiration to other young people. And with the coaches that you have and the support of your family, you're going to do great for the future of the Olympic movement and snowboarding in particular. Let's give Chloe Kim another hand.
Again, congratulations, and we will be looking forward to you in the future. Let's go to item 2, called Special by Juan Acala.
forgive me for not being here yesterday. I was the Grand Marshal at the Tijuana St. Patrick Day's Parade. And I'm here. I have a little bit of jet lag, but I'm here. And number two, here in protest relative to the Office of Finance reports requesting approval to the record liens against taxpayers for unpaid taxes. God, can we ever get a break from City Council? Look at this, $6,885 to the Hotel Chico, $7,071.17 to the Rudy Luck Incorporated, Wilmington Boat Mover Storage, $5,200. What are you all about money? No matter how much damage you cause to the constituents and the taxpayers and the homeowners, all you want to do is take, and never give anything. You are a bunch of thieving derelicts.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
We're going to go to 39, called special by Mr. Walsh, John Walsh.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. We did you a favor. We've chased all the other gadflies away. It's down to just three of us. HollywoodHighlands.org. And we're talking now, at this very moment, on number 39. Again, you do a good job. I've never had to use REAP, but I'm telling you, if my landlord caused any problems, I would go right to you, and you would stop my paying the landlord, and you'd make me pay the rent until the landlord fixed up all the violations. Let's mention on this REAP issue that Mayor Hahn was the first mayor to promise and deliver that every single unit, home unit in the city was inspected. Mine was inspected. HollywoodHighlands.org, J. Walsh Confidential, tweeting at Hollywood Dems.
Thank you. Okay, there are no speakers in or on the queue. Madam Clerk, let's prepare to vote on this. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
We'll go to item 42. Mr. Walsh, item 42 was called special by you. You may want to turn around. Item 42.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. This concerns the maintenance of the 8th Street and Grand Avenue Street Lighting District. You do an excellent job compared to other cities like Glendale and Pasadena, where you need a candle to walk around at night, or a candelabra. Here in L.A., there's pretty good lighting, and you've done a good job of LED lighting and getting rid of those terrible carbon arcs. And Grand Avenue, there are parts of the city that need lighting upgrade, in particular near Figueroa in Highland. The lights just aren't good enough. And you'll notice that in our neighborhood in Hollywood, we still have the original lamps, street lamps, because the Hollywood activists of the 70s and the 80s fought to keep them. So keep up the good work on street lighting, HollywoodHighlands.org.
Thank you. Okay, let's prepare to vote on that item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15
Mr.
ayes.
Walsh, don't go anywhere. We're now doing, anyway, that was 15 ayes. We're now doing item 43. Called special by you, item 43.
John Walsh at J. Walsh Confidential. Okay, this is another street lighting issue. It's in the valley. This concerns maintenance. I don't see anybody up here complaining. So I don't remember. I'm not here to run out the clock. I'm not here to masturbate. You're doing a very good job on lighting. HollywoodHighlands.org.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
Okay. If we could move to item 1. Called special by cards. Mr. Englander. Wanakala. Elizabeth Alcazar. Please come forward.
Remember, I'm running for mayor, and everything's going to change when I get elected, because I will get elected. Anyway, on this item, once again, we have the city making it very difficult for people to have a place to live. Look, Lean, $1,908, South Broadway. Lean, $1,531, Roscoe Boulevard. Lean, $3,630, Van Nuys Boulevard. Lean, $2,178, Holidale Avenue. Lean, $9,000, $621.64, San Pedro Street. You know, all these poor people are having a hard time even keeping up with inflation and all the BS that the government give us. And you're putting liens on them? Here we go. Lien, $4,995, West Boulevard Street. Lien, $3,896, East Street. Lien, $8,708 against North Pacific Avenue. Lien, $4,336, North Canoga Avenue. Continued on the next page. Lien, $2,145, South Vermont Avenue. Nobody's protected from city council. Everybody gets ripped off equally. If you're a homeowner, you better get out of that place and go rent a pigeonhole, because that's what the city is building. Go to hell, City Hall.
Thank you for those inspiring words. Elizabeth? Good morning.
Yes, good morning. My name is Elizabeth Alcazar, and I'm here on behalf of my parents, Jose and Patricia Hiron. I just got notice of this hearing a few days ago, and I would primarily like to ask for an extension upon placing a lien on the property located at 7106 South Broadway. I was not aware of any information that was provided to us based on the reports and the unpaid lien fine. If I could only ask on your behalf to consider, I could only ask to consider maybe even giving us the opportunity to pay partial payment before placing a lien on the property. That's the only thing that I would ask for your consideration. Again, if I can ask for rescheduling, that would be great. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Mr. Kokorian, did you have another item that you wanted to still have me on the queue as well?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to ask for reconsideration of item 1C from yesterday's agenda. It was item number 13-0160-S192. I wanted to ask that it be reconsidered for purposes of continuing it.
Okay, and I don't believe that was sent forthwith, so I think we'll be fine with that, and that'll be the order without objection. I think we've got to take that up as a vote, though. So we'll go ahead and do that right after 1, and we'll take that up. On 1A, that was in the new 9th District, and so did Mr. Price, did you want to meet with them at the ropes, or are we good to go on that? On 1A, I believe that was the last speaker. Did you want your staff to meet with them at the ropes and hold that on the table? Okay, we'll go ahead and hold 1A. Ma'am, if you, it looks like you're already out there meeting. Fantastic. And so with that, we'll open up all the other items. Oh, no, we do have a couple more speakers on 1. John Walsh? Pass? Not pass? Come on up. Followed by Mr. Herman.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. This is a proposed lien for nuisance abatement costs. And my esteemed colleague, Dollhouse Dude, has gone through these numbers for you. They raise up some of them up to almost $10,000. Unfortunately, we have people who come up here and again they say you got it wrong, and when you look at it, they were right. So sometimes the nuisance that's abated are not from the property owners, they're from the bureaucracy. HollywoodHighlands.org. Go there and be astonished.
Thank you very much, Mr. Herman. Not here? Okay. And Sosa? Luis Gonzalez? Or Jose? I'm trying to read the writing. It's probably Jose, but I apologize. Looks like an S, not a J. Louise Auto Service? Not here? Okay. That concludes the public comment cards for item 1. We'll hold 1A on the desk, and we'll go ahead and open the roll on the remaining items. Close the roll and tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Great, thank you very much.
Mr. President, pardon me, before dispensing with any further items, there's been a request from member to continue 1A for 30 days. That's April 23rd.
Okay, that'll be the order without objection. Great, thank you. And then we've got the reconsideration from Mr. Kokorian to bring back the item from yesterday. Do you have that item number? Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, that's Council File number 13-0160-S192.
Great, excellent. So that'll be before us if we can open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
And that item you would like continued then now that it's before us, is that
Thank
correct?
you, Mr. President. I'd like it to be continued for 2 weeks, please.
Great, excellent. That'll be the order without objection.
Thank you.
And for clarification, 2 weeks is April 2nd, sir.
April 2nd, correct.
Very good.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. And that takes us to the next item, please.
That brings us to item number 7, called Special for Cards.
Special for cards or special cards? Juan Acala and John Walsh. Special comments. 1 minute on the clock for each, please.
Yes, this relates to Bush abatement 7, yeah. I don't think you should get rid of bushes, because then you won't have any place for homeless people to sleep. Excuse me. Leave the bushes alone. Leave the homeless people alone. Create housing for everyone. And forget about just taking and never giving back. You are not a clean cut city. You're a very dirty and underhanded city. Your main goal is to drive everybody homeless.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. This concerns your weed and bush abatement program, which is better than some cities. The way you can tell if it is good is how fast a fire spreads. If you allow property owners to just let their property go, and there's a fire the way it happened in Oakland, where how many houses were destroyed in Oakland about 15 years ago? 100? Because they didn't have a good weed and bushment abatement program. I hate to say it, and I will get up here and praise you every time. You deserve praise. And you deserve praise on the weed and bushment program, because fires do not spread here because you keep all this crap. You lean on the property owners and keep all the weeds and bushes cleared. Keep up the good work. I won't be praising you during public comment. HollywoodHighlands.org.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead and seeing no speakers on the queue, we'll open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Great, thank you so much. That takes us to the next item, please.
That's item number 8, called Special for Cards.
Thomas Freiberg, followed by Peter Kahn and Dean Dennis. Good morning.
Good morning. My name's Tom Freiberg.
Good morning, Mr. Freiberg.
I'm representing Centigram Holdings, LLC. I have submitted a photograph to the Sergeant of Arms, and I hope you have it in front of you. It's a photograph taken from the 6th Street Viaduct by Peter Kahn, one of the owners of the property. And it shows the 7 properties owned by Centigram Holdings that run from the bridge north to 6th Street. The property with the gray roof has been acquired by the city through settlement. The property with the white roof, parcel 18-2F, together with the alley 18-3F, are the subject of today's hearing. The next building, the red building, which is labeled remainder property, is not being taken, but is going to be threatened by the demolition of the bridge. In order for you to adopt a resolution of necessity today, you must make a finding that the project is planned in a manner that will be most compatible with the greatest public good and the least private injury. The key word there is planned. There is no formal published demolition plan for this project. When I appeared before the Public Works and Gang Reduction Committee on May 5th, the Alfred Mata from the Bureau of Engineering testified. He said, "I'm the project manager. We are in the process of developing the demolition plans."
Thank you very much. And if you have any written statements you'd like to submit, you can do that as well if you didn't get through it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, no, thank you very much. And our next speaker, Peter Kahn. Yes, Peter. If I could ask Mr. Howard Sunken to please keep the noise down to a minimum in chambers. Please, thank you very much. Great, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Peter Centigram Kahn. We are the owners of the property in that picture going north on Anderson Street. The buildings are, the adjacent building that you've looked at is 100 years old. It is a pre-URM building, and there is no plan whatsoever to protect that building when they drop the bridge, which is over 150 feet high. There's no protection planned. They've said nothing about the possible damage to that building and the additional buildings going up the street that are all URM that are 80 years old. It is going to be a major problem with how to protect those buildings and save them. We just had an earthquake 2 days ago. The dropping of a bridge 150 feet in the air is going to cause the same kind of shaking that took place this week. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. And Dean Dennis.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. Dean Dennis, eminent domain lawyer from Hill, Fair, and Borough. I represent the Duesenberg owners, which is the property adjacent to Mr. Kahn's property. Here to object this morning to the right to take the property because the city, in our view, cannot make the finding that the proposed project is planned or located in the manner that will be most compatible with the greatest public good and the least private injury. The city is unable to make this finding because in discussions with the city's been able to show why it needs some or all of the Duesenberg property. We had this same issue a month or two ago with the Spilo Worldwide property. The city is jumping the gun a little bit on their resolution of necessity before it knows exactly what property it really needs. The city is taking 185,000 square feet of the Duesenberg site. This is also Ace Beverage and Mission Beverage. And we park 70 trucks out there and roll those trucks out daily. And when we made that point to the city's right-of-way people, they said that, well, maybe we don't need all of that property. Maybe we only need some of it. But here we are today on a resolution of necessity to take all of it. So I think the city's a little bit ahead of itself on this, adopting the resolution. It's the city's burden at this hearing to establish why the property is needed, how much the property is needed, and to date it hasn't done that. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. Mr. Huizar.
Thank you, Mr. President. And colleagues, this item is a recommendation from our Public Works Division to approve an ordinance to initiate property acquisitions for 3 parcels and temporary construction easements for 5 other properties surrounding the 6th Street Bridge that, as you know, we are reconstructing. My staff and the Bureau of Engineering have been working closely with the property owners affected by this property to provide fair offers for necessary acquisitions of the property. And the council previously acted on separate set of acquisitions late last year. And as you know, this has been in the works for years. It has been reviewed over and over by the Bureau of Engineering, and we feel that we must and should move forward at this time with the necessary acquisitions to move forward on this very important project. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Seeing no other speakers on the queue on that item, we'll go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
14 ayes.
Great. Thank you very much. Where does that take us?
Mr. President, that brings us to items 46 and 47. They're matters scheduled for closed session. Before recessing to closed session, however, council should first take cards on item 47.
Okay, Don Steyer and Dean Dennis, again on 47.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm Don Steyer, General Counsel for Central City East Association. We have read and we've considered both the preliminary injunction and the Ninth Circuit opinion in this matter. The language of the injunction does not prevent the city from enforcing health and safety violations. It does require the implementation pursuant to state law of a due process for the property seized. The Ninth Circuit said, quote, "The appeal does not concern any purported right to use sidewalks as personal storage facilities," end quote. There is no case law that permits people to leave property on public streets. That's why this appeal is ripe. The city is considering entering into a voluntary agreement. We do not understand what the city would benefit from such an agreement. Only the city would be bound because the other side obviously is a non-identifiable class. It is not something limited to a few blocks of Skid Row, as the city attorney will explain. Due to the geographic discrimination cases, it'll apply citywide. Our position simply is do not settle with anything that affords a permanent right to leave property on the street. Enforce the public health and safety laws. Comply with state law, and that means hold property for 90 days. And appeal consistent with the excellent written decision in the dissent. The question for this council is, what sort of city do you want to live in? If you want to live in a city with trash on the streets, this is your opportunity to go down that road. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dean, come on up. Thank you.
Dean Dennis, attorney at Hill, Fair, and Burrell, speaking on behalf of several property owners inside the Skid Row and Central City East that are concerned about the discussion or rumors or whatever of settlement of the Lavin case and the impact that any settlement might have on the property owners and the businesses in the area. These, of course, are individuals, properties and businesses that are directly impacted, that deal with this homeless issue every day, day in, day out, and it's very difficult for us to comment or assess the impacts of any settlement because it's being considered in closed session. We really don't know what is being discussed. So we urge the council, before the decisions are made towards a settlement, to daylight the issues and allow a full airing by all the stakeholders. I have prepared a letter submission for the record with a copy for each council member. Suffice it to say, we've been asked to take a look at the possible negative implications should any settlement be reached that allows homeless residents to maintain personal property unattended on the public sidewalks in violation of the current city ordinances. The issues that have been raised that we've been asked to take a look at include whether such a settlement would implicate the California Environmental Quality Act, and whether by way of settlement or otherwise forcing businesses and property owners to in the Skid Row and CC area to bear a disproportionate burden of dealing with the homeless issues, which really are more appropriately dealt with on a citywide basis, may open the city up to individual damage claims under inverse condemnation. Thank you very much. I have my letter here, and I'll give it to the Sergeant Arms.
All right, thank you very much. I believe that concludes the public comment for this discussion. And with that, we are going to adjourn into closed session and clear council chambers, or recess and go into closed session. So we'll recess the regular meeting. But I noticed we have some school kids here in the back as well. So I wanted to give a shout out. Not you guys in the front. You're here every day. The kids in the back. Let's give them a shout out. And where are they from? LaBonge. Go to the microphone. Tom, come on. Introduce these folks.
You always know.
Come on. Yes.
Hi, this is from Apex Charter School. Stand up. Right next to Helen
Let's give them a round of applause.
And a great representative, Mitchell Farrell, is the district representative.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. Now get out. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, no, we're going into closed session, so we actually have to clear council chambers. But take a tour of the rest of the building. Make sure that you go up to the Bradley Tower. It's a beautiful view, as well as it's really an incredible building. So thanks for coming to City Hall. We do really, truly appreciate it, all kidding aside. Thank you so much. So with that, sergeants, if we can go ahead and clear council chambers. We do have a celebrity guest that's the city attorney. And we're going to go ahead and go into closed session on these matters. Thank you so much.
traffic accident like this before, where a teenager has decided to run from the police and been struck by a motor vehicle.
5859 KF 5060, watch 3.
Curfew laws restrict the right of juveniles to be outdoors or in the public places after 10 p.m. until sunrise the next day. Such laws aim to establish a safer community and to better protect people from becoming victims of crimes or becoming involved in a crime. Most people don't agree with our curfew laws and would rather run the risk of being picked up by the police and ticketed for violation of curfew. However, they are more likely to run into the many real dangers that face us every time we go out at night.
We found that kids out so late are normally caught up in violence, traffic accidents, and that's no good. Some of these kids still they're not aware of the law, and they're not educated on it.
Drinking, drugs, sexual predators, and gang-related activities are only few of the dangers we face regardless of how young or old you are. If you are under the age of 18, this law applies to you. What happens if you are caught? You will be taken to the station where the ticket is written out to you and your parent or guardian are called to pick you up. If your parent cannot pick you up, you will be placed into a protective custody or sent to a juvenile facility.
Guardian at something like an event such as Gorilla Beach.
The guardian is not just someone appointed to by the parents. A guardian is someone appointed by the courts.
You can legally stay out late if you are participating in a religious, educational, or political activity, accompanied by a parent or guardian, going to or from their place of employment, responding to some type of emergency, returning home from school, cultural, or recreation activity.
And that's our message, is not only enforcing the curfew violation, but also educating them that they need to stay home and stay safe.
The curfew laws are not just here to protect us, they are here to protect the safety of everyone in our community.
The average adult spends more than 8 hours in front of a screen each day. Children spend up to 4 hours. Studies show that sedentary lifestyles put you at risk for disease, even at an early age. But a healthy lifestyle is just a click away. Los Angeles Recreation and Parks provides over 16,000 acres of parkland with parks and lakes, swimming pools, golf courses, skate parks, and dog parks, and more than 180 community recreation centers. A healthy lifestyle is just a click away. laparks.org.
It just takes 1 cup.
Every year, thousands of children in our community drop out of school, they quit on their families, they give up on themselves. But together we can change that.
By sponsoring a child for the cost of 1 cup of coffee a week, you can provide a child with a mentor, a place to play,
and a safe haven like Hollenbeck Pal.
With 1 cup, I can play soccer after school.
With 1 cup, it helped me get here to college, preparing for my future.
It just takes a moment to change a child's life. Go to onecup.org and make a difference today.
never had a traffic accident like this before, where a teenager has decided to run from the police and been struck by a motor vehicle.
5859 KF 5060, watch 3.
Curfew laws restrict the right of juveniles to be outdoors or in the public places after 10 p.m. until sunrise the next day. Such laws aim to establish a safer community and to better protect people from becoming victims of crimes or becoming involved in a crime. Most people don't agree with our curfew laws and would rather run the risk of being picked up by the police and ticketed for violation of curfew. However, they are more likely to run into the many real dangers that face us every time we go out at night.
We have found that kids out so late are normally caught up in violence, traffic accidents, and we up to no good. Some of these kids still they're not aware of the law, and they're not educated on it.
Drinking, drugs, sexual predators, and gang-related activities are only few of the dangers we face regardless of how young or old you are. If you are under the age of 18, this law applies to you. What happens if you are caught? You will be taken to the station where the ticket is written out to you and your parent or guardian are called to pick you up. If your parent cannot pick you up, you will be placed into a protective custody or sent to a juvenile facility.
Guardian at something like an event such as Cabrillo Beach.
The guardian is not just someone appointed to by the parents. A guardian is someone appointed by the courts.
You can legally stay out late if you are participating in a religious, educational, or political activity, accompanied by a parent or guardian, going to or from their place of employment, responding to some type of emergency, returning home from school, cultural, or recreation activity.
And that's our message, is not only enforcing the curfew violation, but also educating them that they need to stay home and stay safe.
The curfew laws are not just here to protect us, they are here to protect the safety of everyone in our community.
The average adult spends more than 8 hours in front of a screen each day. Children spend up to 4 hours. Studies show that sedentary lifestyles put you at risk for disease, even at an early age. But a healthy lifestyle is just a click away. Los Angeles Recreation and Parks provides over 16,000 acres of parkland with parks and lakes, swimming pools, golf courses, skate parks, and dog parks, and more than 180 community recreation centers. A healthy lifestyle is just a click away. laparks.org.
It just takes one cup.
Every year, thousands of children in our community drop out of school, they quit on their families, they give up on themselves. But together we can change that.
By sponsoring a child for the cost of 1 cup of coffee a week, you can provide a child with a mentor, a place to play,
and a safe haven like Hollenbeck Pal.
With 1 cup, I can play soccer after school.
With 1 cup, it helped me get here to college, preparing for my future.
It just takes a moment to change a child's life. Go to onecup.org and make a difference today.
traffic accident like this before, where a teenager has decided to run from the police and been struck by a motor vehicle.
5859 Kia 5060, watch 3.
Curfew laws restrict the right of juveniles to be outdoors or in the public places after 10 p.m. until sunrise the next day. Such laws aim to establish a safer community and to better protect people from becoming victims of crimes or becoming involved in a crime. Most people don't agree with our curfew laws and would rather run the risk of being picked up by the police and ticketed for violation of curfew. However, they are more likely to run into the many real dangers that face us every time we go out at night.
We found that kids out so late are normally caught up in violence, traffic accidents, and that's no good. Some of these kids still they're not aware of the law, and they're not educated on it.
Drinking, drugs, sexual predators, and gang-related activities are only few of the dangers we face regardless of how young or old you are. If you are under the age of 18, this law applies to you. What happens if you are caught? You will be taken to the station where the ticket is written out to you and your parent or guardian are called to pick you up. If your parent cannot pick you up, you will be placed into a protective custody or sent to a juvenile facility.
Guardian at something like an event such as Gorilla Beach.
The guardian is not just someone appointed to by the parents. A guardian is someone appointed by the courts.
You can legally stay out late if you are participating in a religious, educational, or political activity, accompanied by a parent or guardian, going to or from their place of employment, responding to some type of emergency, returning home from school, cultural, or recreation activity.
And that's our message, is not only enforcing the curfew violation, but also educating them that they need to stay home and stay safe.
The curfew laws are not just here to protect us, they're here to protect the safety of everyone in our community.
The average adult spends more than 8 hours in front of a screen each day. Children spend up to 4 hours. Studies show that sedentary lifestyles put you at risk for disease, even at an early age. But a healthy lifestyle is just a click away. Los Angeles Recreation and Parks provides over 16,000 acres of parkland with parks and lakes, swimming pools, golf courses, skate parks, and dog parks, and more than 180 community recreation centers. A healthy lifestyle is just a click away. laparks.org.
It just takes one cup.
Every year, thousands of children in our community drop out of school, they quit on their families, they give up on themselves. But together we can change that.
By sponsoring a child for the cost of 1 cup of coffee a week, you can provide a child with a mentor, a place to play,
and a safe haven like Hollenbeck Pal.
With 1 cup, I can play soccer after school.
With 1 cup, it helped me get here to college, preparing for my future.
It just takes a moment to change a child's life. Go to onecup.org and make a difference today.
had a traffic accident like this before, where a teenager has decided to run from the police and been struck by a motor vehicle.
5859 KF 5060 watch 3.
Curfew laws restrict the right of juveniles to be outdoors or in the public places after 10 p.m. until sunrise the next day. Such laws aim to establish a safer community and to better protect people from becoming victims of crimes or becoming involved in a crime. Most people don't agree with our curfew laws and would rather run the risk of being picked up by the police and ticketed for violation of curfew. However, they are more likely to run into the many real dangers that face us every time we go out at night.
We have found that kids out so late are normally caught up in violence, traffic accidents, and we up to no good. Some of these kids still they're not aware of the law, and they're not educated on it.
Drinking, drugs, sexual predators, and gang-related activities are only few of the dangers we face regardless of how young or old you are. If you are under the age of 18, this law applies to you. What happens if you are caught? You'll be taken to the station where the ticket is written out to you and your parent or guardian are called to pick you up. If your parent cannot pick you up, you will be placed into a protective custody or sent to a juvenile facility.
Guardian at something like an event such as Cabrillo Beach.
The guardian is not just someone appointed to by the parents. A guardian is someone appointed by the courts.
You can legally stay out late if you are participating in a religious, educational, or political activity, accompanied by a parent or guardian, going to or from their place of employment, responding to some type of emergency, returning home from school, cultural, or recreation activity.
And that's our message, is not only enforcing the curfew violation, but also educating them that they need to stay home and stay safe.
The curfew laws are not just here to protect us, they are here to protect the safety of everyone in our community.
We open the door. Okay, now, on item 46, let's open the roll.
Mr. President, I should first
We'll go ahead
read
and
the
read
settlement. In the case entitled Jimmy Vasquez versus City of Los Angeles, there is a recommendation to expend $500,000 in settlement.
Okay, thank you. All right, where are we at this point, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, we should tabulate the vote, sir.
Oh, I thought we had. Okay, let's tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
Okay, so now where are we?
Mr. President, that brings council to general public comment.
Okay, Mr. City Attorney, since we are in grave danger of losing a quorum, we'll give 1 minute. We have 4 cards. We know now you're making a disruption, so please be quiet. We have Mr. Akala, Mr. Walsh, Mr. Herman, and Mr. Marine. Please come forward. Come forward quickly.
All I need is 1 minute to be able to tell you what you all are. You're a bunch of thieves, liars, murderers, all those things. And I had a dream. Remember Mr. What was his name? Martin Luther King. I had a dream that I had all my teeth in place. Can you imagine having a dream that your denture is completely taken care of in this stupid homeless-making society where nobody can even get health benefits like dental care or eye care or any kind of care? All you get in this stupid asshole society is, I don't care. I don't care. You're just a stupid human being that doesn't count anything other than pay us taxes.
Thank you, thank you. Mr. Walsh, followed by Mr. Herman, followed by Mr. Marine.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org. You put public comment at the end of the meeting to discourage us. Public comment's not going to take more than 10 or 15 minutes. You made us wait 2 hours to come up here, and then you cut our public comment to 1 minute. This is a deliberate pattern of discouragement. We will file with the city attorney a cure and correct letter. You can't do this to us. You people are such garbage. Such garbage. There's only 3 of them sitting here. And earlier, you voted $185,000 of hush money for the drunk driving of Huizar that happened while he was in a city car. What garbage. And I say to the world, don't invest in this city. This city is out of control. This city is scum. They're trying to, this city is racist. Stay away from Los Angeles. HollywoodHighlands.org. Go fuck yourself.
Mr. Herman, followed by Mr. Marine. Yes, go right ahead. Oh, you have to speak, Mr. Herman. Okay, then we will, you speak. No, we're going to eliminate your time. You don't want to cooperate. Mr. Marine, your time is over. Sergeants, help him. Mr. Marine, you come forward. No, you don't have anything now. Henry, come on.
Well, I'm just here to remind you that on October 26, 2010, the city attorney here informed the members of this council that reducing the pay of city employees and not providing additional benefits is illegal, violation of state and federal contracting laws. So we can't blame our CAO for not providing you this information. We can't blame Mr. Drutanich and the city attorneys for not providing you this information. And you all know about the pigs and the hogs. Principal initially given shelter for hours of government service under various MOUs. And so, if I can't convince you to change on your own, the district attorney will have to come here and help you do it. And we know our city attorney did the same thing as you did, and our mayor did the same thing, sheltered money.
Thank you. Is there a Hamed Hassan? I don't see. One more speaker.
Hi,
yes, sir. Go right ahead.
My name is Hamid Asil. I'm owner of Hollywood Motor Corporation. We've been a fine of $550 by city by building and safety, and which is I already paid at the time. I have the checks, the letter, and everything at the time within time frame of March 1st until the 31st. But 3 years later, I've been slapped with lien on my property.
Okay, let me cut you off because you.
My time is keep on running out. Sir.
No. Listen, you're speaking to a specific item, and I think we're going to afford you what it is that you're requesting.
Okay.
So let me get you to just sit tight right there, and now we're going to go reconsider item. What was it? 1B. 1B, which is your concern. Let's vote on reconsideration. Let's open the roll. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
10 ayes.
Okay, now we're reconsidering it. Mr. Bloomingfield.
Ask that we continue till Friday so that we can work with this gentleman and figure out what the issue is. So if we can continue to Friday.
This item is going to be continued to Friday, and you'll have an opportunity to dialogue with Mr. Bloomingfield's office.
The staff is on the left.
Okay, with that said.
And Mr. President, Friday is March 21st.
So that ends general public comment. Where are we at, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, Council has motions for posting and referral.
Okay, they are posted and they are referred. Announcements, I don't.
Happy birthday, Mr. Bonin.
Yeah, happy birthday to Mike Bonin. Any other announcements?
Happy birthday, brother.
And I'd like to request members that we defer till Friday where it relates to our adjourning motions unless someone has one that they must do today. Okay, with that said, this council meeting is adjourned.